Have you ever noticed that the moment you stand up from the couch, your cat is right there with you? You walk to the kitchen and they follow. You close the bathroom door and suddenly two little claws appear underneath. It feels like a tiny furry bodyguard is tracking your every move. To understand this behavior, we need to look at the house through the eyes of a stray cat that has just stepped indoors for the very first time. In those early days, a stray keeps its distance. They watch you from across the room, tracking your pacing and your habits as a matter of survival. Every steady gaze is a calculation of whether you are a threat to avoid or an opportunity to exploit. Usually, that first opportunity reveals itself in the kitchen. In the beginning, this following behavior is entirely transactional. This diagram shows how a cat maps out your routine. Felines are highly adept at pattern recognition. If you feed them at a certain time each day, they link specific physical movements, like walking into the kitchen, directly to a meal. Because they hate missing out on calories, even getting a glass of water triggers their logic path, just in case food appears. At this stage, your cat views you as the individual who controls the vital resources. But eventually, the stray gets comfortable. They start trailing you away from the kitchen, watching you from the shadows of a hallway, even when there are no treats involved. Once a cat identifies a reliable food source, their priorities shift toward long-term security. This diagram shows a concept called instinctual sanctuary. In the wild, animals ensure survival by staying physically close to individuals they trust. On the left, a wild cat relies on static safe zones, like tall trees or deep caves. But inside a house, a domestic cat anchors their security to you, creating a dynamic, moving safe zone. Your physical presence creates a protective bubble. By staying close to you, they signal to their ancient brain that the environment is secure. When your cat follows you into the bedroom at night, they are utilizing you as a biological shield against perceived threats. Weeks turn into months, and that once wary stray settles into the role of a bonded house cat. But the safety of the indoors comes with a trade-off. An enclosed house lacks the complex sights and hunting opportunities of the wild, which often results in boredom. Without mice to chase, you become the most exciting activity available. They follow you from room to room in search of playtime, a conversation, or a good scratching session. This is when the behavior becomes physical. They demand your engagement by meowing at you, rubbing against your shins, or weaving directly through your legs as you try to walk. The cat's stalking behavior has evolved from a defensive assessment into a search for emotional connection and play. You need to pay attention if your cat's standard shadowing suddenly turns into desperate, obsessive clinging. A drastic change in their independence is a clear anomaly, often indicating severe stress, anxiety, or a struggle to cope with a recent shift in their environment. If your normally independent cat refuses to leave your side, observe them closely for hidden health issues and consult a veterinarian. This uncharacteristic shadowing serves as an urgent feline distress signal. For a healthy, happy cat, their constant presence is a mix of natural curiosity, a desire for safety, and genuine affection. Having a furry shadow might mean occasionally tripping in the hallway, but this rhythm represents a hard-won choice from a cautious predator. When a cat follows you everywhere, it means that an instinct-driven creature has evaluated their entire world and decided that you are their absolute safest place to be.